Our role is to undertake advocacy on behalf of our membership. So we use a variety of surveys and talking to members in shops and over the phone and letters and emails and things to find out what is of concern to our members, and then we lobby government on those particular issues. Big high-profile one is Murrumbeena level crossing, Murrumbeena Road, Murrumbeena. That's been in the top 10 for, I think, at least 3 years. The survey is held every 2 years. So the last 3 surveys, I should say. Cornang Road is another one, as well as Clayton Road. Then I'll let you know what it was. Now, a lot of those are, well, you know, the survey is about frustration and delay, not safety per se. And I think when you're asking for people to nominate unsafe locations, I think people are more able to. People don't perceive what they go through every single day as being unsafe, and people often don't consider their own behaviour to be unsafe. So it's not always easily collected information. So we focus on congestion and delay. But congestion and delay and people getting frustrated are behaviours, or can result in behaviours that create safety issues. It certainly is. And if you look at crossings such as Murrumbeena Road and Cornang Road, at the moment, in the peak hour, the crossings are closed because of the frequency of the trains for 50 to 60% of the peak hour. So that is a major issue, and it affects people going to the train station to catch the trains, of course, because people have to get on and off the trains, so whether they're riding a bike or pedestrians or on a bus or driving, and the people that have to live and work around those activity centres or travel through those areas. And, you know, the train corridors obviously go through the whole city, and it really does, a lot of level crossings being closed for long periods really does sever the movement of people for other purposes across the city or across the inner suburbs. Now, as I said, the Murrumbeena and Cornang crossings are closed around 50 to 60% of the peak hour. It varies from day to day according to just the timing of the trains and which ones are late and, you know, delays on the network and the like. At, I think it's Cornang Road, government reports have found that the crossing is periodically closed for up to 18 minutes at a time, continuously. So when people say that they're waiting for 20 minutes, that's a fairly good estimate at Cornang Road. Surveys over several weeks found that it was happening a couple of times a week, closures of that duration. Yes, and grade separation, depending on how it's done, can affect train passengers, for example. The works that have happened already in the Dandenong corridor at the Springvale crossing, as well as Mitcham and Rooks Roads, can require the closure of the train lines for short periods. It might just be for a few hours overnight or a few days over a long weekend, or for several weeks at a time as the tracks are lowered. So, you know, the destructive effect of a program can depend on just how it's built. We're encouraging, when we're asked, by media or directly by those in government, our thoughts on the issues, so that, you know, we think there's potentially a huge benefit in doing a cluster of crossings on the same line together, so the disruption is kept to a minimum, and there's economies of scale in the construction, which should keep the cost of each individual crossing lower, and therefore enable more to be done. I don't think either party has fully announced all their commitments with level crossings and railways, with the election still being a few months away, 7 or 8 months away.